Okay, back to the 7374 conflicts chart. So we are determining how centrifugal forces, the pursuit of the nation state, and especially in multi-ethnic states, how this can lead to conflict. We just finished up talking about Kosovo. So let's go ahead and move on to Rwanda. So in Rwanda, which is a country in southern Africa, um, this was a conflict between two groups, the Hutus and the Tutsis, and this was an ethnic dispute. The Hutu were the majority who attempted genocide against the Tutsi minority. Again, this was also the pursuit of the nation-state concept. Now, this conflict had also been ongoing for many, many years. It had been since before the Germans colonized this region, and then after World War I, this region was turned over to the Belgians. So this had been going on before the Germans, before the Belgians, and then once this country gained its independence after World War II, just like many countries in Africa, many countries in Southwest Asia, South Asia, and Southeast Asia. After World War II, many of the European countries, mainly France, the UK, Belgium, who had several colonies, they elected basically to give many of these colonies that were in sub-Saharan and southern Africa, Southwest Asia, South Asia, and Southeast Asia, to give them their independence rather than really fighting with them and trying to put down any rebellions and uprisings. World War I from 1914 to 1918, and World War II from 1939 to basically 1945 had been long, bloody, horrible wars, and they just didn't really want to fight with these groups, these people in the different colonies. So Rwanda was one of those countries. Again, it had been German, and then it was turned over to the Belgians, and then after World War II was given independence. And just like many countries in sub-Saharan southern Africa, once that independence came, because of the way the European colonizers had divided up Africa and combined groups who didn't get along, and excluded groups and divided groups into multiple countries, and groups who had long histories of conflict, and then they ruled them very strongly, that once they gained independence, it was conflict arose very, very quickly. And same thing in Rwanda between the Hutus and the Tutsis. So basically, the Hutu president was killed, and they blamed it on the Tutsi rebels, and that then led the Hutus began killing Tutsis, and the Tutsis fought back. This was an ethnic cleansing there in Rwanda, and was also ongoing in Burundi, which is a country that's bordering them, where there are many Hutus and Tutsis there as well. So this lasted about 3 months, and in that 3-month time, about 800,000 Tutsis were killed, mainly neighbor to neighbor, just citizen on citizen, Hutus killing Tutsis, and many with machetes hacking people to death. Many Hutus at the end of this, the Tutsi army came in and stopped this war and chased the Hutu army, and was going to punish many people and was going to punish them very harshly. And so many Hutus fled to neighboring countries. Burundi and Rwanda are now calm, but this conflict did spill over to the Congo. So again, this is another example when you have significant centrifugal forces here. Mainly this diversity, the ethnic diversity, was a centrifugal force that led to conflict. Same thing in Congo, Zaire. Basically, this is between the Hutus and Tutsis as well. This is an ethnic dispute and a political and economic control dispute. The Tutsis, once they fled into the Congo, after many of the Hutus who had committed atrocities in Rwanda, the Tutsis helped overthrow the leader in the Congo in 1997. So then they had a new leader, and this new leader eventually split with the Tutsis. Then the leader was assassinated. Now they have a new leader, and he has signed an agreement with the Tutsis. However, fighting does continue in the Congo today. Congo has had the longest war of any country ongoing since World War II. It's just been one conflict after another between warring groups. And again, this is pursuit of the nation state concept, just like in Rwanda. And this is the dispute over, and this is where centrifugal forces can come in when you have these many ethnic differences. See, what happens is if diversity isn't handled in such a way to where minority groups feel that they are accepted, they feel that they're represented in the government, they feel that there is equal access to opportunities in education and housing and access to wealth, then this can be a significant centrifugal force. So it really does depend on how the minority is represented within a country. And so, again, this concludes our conflicts discussion. On your chart, I'd like for you to add some centrifugal forces here, mainly centrifugal. So remember we have, and much of this has to do with pursuit of a nation-state concept where the ethnicity, typically the majority ethnicity, they want to be in a country that is homogenous with just their ethnicity, and to get the other groups, the diverse groups, out of their way, they either force them out or they've attempted genocide against them. And so we've seen conflicts where diversity has been an issue between Ethiopia, Eritrea, in Sudan, which was also attempted genocide, pursuit of nation state concept, Somalia. This is pursuit of nation state Somalia as well, more clan identification there. Lebanon, this has been an ongoing war where diversity, especially in religion and ethnic groups, has caused ongoing war. South Asia, the different centrifugal forces between the Muslims and the Hindus. So much so that they actually at the end of colonial rule, rather than making it one large country, they realized after Mahatma Gandhi's death that the one-state solution was impossible. They created these two countries of Pakistan and India. Then you have this situation in Sri Lanka with the diversity in ethnicities between the Sinhalese, the Tamil, the diversity in religion, but they are Buddhist and Hindus, and then they even have diverse languages spoken there, all centrifugal forces that have resulted in war. In Yugoslavia, which was the country in the Balkan Peninsula, the larger country, the breakup of that country, that was ethnic and religious conflict, that was centrifugal forces, that was genocide and pursuit of the nation state. Then this in the countries that broke away from Yugoslavia, in Bosnia since then, in Bosnia there's been pursuit of the nation state and attempted genocide with these two groups towards this group. In Kosovo, there's been pursuit of the nation state concept between the Serbs and the ethnic Albanians. And then again in Rwanda and Congo Zaire. This concludes our review of the conflicts that have come about. They have originated because of the centrifugal forces, mainly in ethnic diversity, religious diversity, and issues over control of both the political and economic systems, and therefore the boundaries. And then that they've resulted sometimes so much so of the pursuit of the nation state that you've had attempted genocide.